guys, and welcome back to Opal&Mint. I am Ashley, and welcome to Watercolor Blooms. This is a series on this channel where we paint watercolor florals every single week. We keep them quick, simple, beginner-friendly, and most importantly, we experiment and try scary things and try different things, and sometimes have some disasters and sometimes have successes. I hope that you are joining us along in this journey to learn how to paint watercolor florals through this series, and I hope that you're having fun enjoying watching me fumble around and make mistakes, because we all make mistakes and that's how we learn. All right, so let's go ahead and turn the camera around and start this episode of Watercolor Blooms. Last week on our episode of Watercolor Blooms, we did daisies because it's April birth month flower, and I did 2 of them because I didn't like the first one. And I honestly still wanted to do some more daisies, so I just looked up some white florals, and these are like a slightly different shape. I don't know if these are actually daisies. These are something else. They're beautiful. The petals are a little bit wider and they're come to like a broader tip, and they're stunning. And I have an idea of how I want this one to go, and I'm hoping that we can pull this off. We're gonna start by doing a background and lifting where the petals go. So we have to work quickly. We've done this before, but I want to try it. It might be kind of difficult with a white flower, but I want to try. So again, we experiment on this series. We challenge ourselves, we play, and hopefully we'll come up with something pretty. This is kind of the flower target that I'm going for here. Today I'm going to be using my Ocean Paper Paints. These are handmade in Hawaii, and I haven't used these in a little bit. This was my first Ocean Paper palette I bought. This is the Kelp and Urchin palette. So I'm going to be using my Holbein brushes today. I recently got these and I love them. I need to actually look them up and see what other brushes they have, because these are nice brushes. I'm going to take the 1/2 inch flat wash brush, and I'm going to take this gorgeous mint shade. This is called Sea Clay, and I love this color. This is going to be our background. I hope this turns out good. Okay. So I love this color so much. I just want to put this all over this page. I may even have it drip in the back. Oh my gosh, I love this color so much. But I'm just gonna take my flat wash and I'm just applying this liberally. The Ocean Paper paints are a little bit more of an opaque watercolor, but they do also shear down as well. I'm gonna turn this and let it drip. Let it drip, let it drip. I don't know why I like drip so much, but I do. And this mint color is absolutely stunning. So let me get a little bit more here, and I'm trying to keep this nice and wet because we need to lift those petals, and we'll have to do this pretty quickly. So I'm going to quickly switch to my size 8 round brush, and with the brush wet, let's see if these paints lift. I should have tested that to see if these were liftable before, but we may only get a couple of flowers out of this. If I can't get these to lift, we may not get flowers. There we go. A little bit broad petals here. Wetting the surface, drying my brush, and then lifting. All right, getting somewhere. All right, there's a little bit of a flower shape. We will definitely go in and put some detail on these petals, but keeping it nice and loose. Let's see if I can get one more. I don't know that we're gonna get more than 2 lifted out of this. All right, so there's general shape of those. Let's take some yellow real quick, and used a lot of the yellow in this palette. And we will put in a little center on these. Again, it is still wet, so we're gonna let that softly blend out. And while it's still wet, I'm actually gonna go in with this really, really dark green and put in our stems. Take off the excess water. I don't want this to spread too far. So let's just put in a little flower stem here, and come this way. Let's go this way. And the leaves off of these are just little like spiky branch looking things, which we might refine after it's dry. Okay. All right, I'm gonna let this dry, and then we're gonna go in. I think I'm gonna get a smaller brush actually for the details, but let's see how this dries, see if we can make these come to life and look like some kind of flower. I wonder if it's still wet enough for me to put in some details with I'm gonna take my Monograph Tombow mechanical pencil, and I'm going to push the lead back in so it's just the metal part, and lightly kind of etch the paper, the shape of those flower petals and little lines going through them. So my paint is still wet, hoping for the paint to settle a little bit into the lines that I'm making. Those scribbly marks in the center. You can actually see it a little bit, so we'll see how this turns out. It's gonna be a very delicate, kind of vintagey looking flower painting, and I like vintagey looking vibes, so I'm okay with that. I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit. Down the stem as well. Okay, I don't know how much that did. All right, I'm gonna take the Christy Rice #2 round, this little bitty detail brush, and I need to make a gray. So I'm going to take the green that's already on there, and I'm gonna mix this beige into it because I want a light gray. So we're gonna start with this and mix this orange color in and with it. Got a good brown going. Then I'm gonna mix this kind of turquoisey color in that. Oh, you know what color actually would have been perfect just for the details? I think I'm gonna use that instead. This color at the bottom, it's kind of a dusty sage. Whoops. Okay, I just splattered paint, and that's okay. I'm gonna actually do a little bit more of that. Okay. I want to lift it off of. Okay. This paint is very pigmented, and once it's on the surface, it's on the surface. So perhaps this was not the best paint for this technique, but that is okay. We're going to continue on. All right, so I'm just going to take this color and very, very lightly put in a few of these kind of defining marks alongside the scrapes that are in the paper. Okay, so there's a little bit of a flower there. Let's try this one. Going back and forth between lighter and thicker paints, so I have different values of these details even. Some really light ones and then some darker ones. Constantly a back and forth between getting water, drying it off, adding more pigment. Trying to keep it fairly light and airy while defining it a little bit. All right. Oh, those are kind of cute. We're getting somewhere. All right, I'm going to go back into the yellow. Add a little bit more of that yellow. Cute. And then back into that deep green. Okay, why did I do that? I have leaves in the same spots on the stems. That is so not natural. Oh dear. Okay, now we need to make this like, I don't know, here. We're gonna put some coming out this side here. That's really funny. How do I break this up? Hold on. That's awesome. Can we make this one like come down or something? Yeah, that'll help a little bit. Right, let's get maybe one more coming out the top here. Cool, 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 cool. Okay. That's so funny. Interesting how sometimes you just naturally do things symmetrical, and in painting you need to not do that. Not natural. Oh goodness. I'm actually going to take this brown that I mixed up earlier and tap it at the base of this yellow. All right. So the flowers don't, I mean, they kind of look white. They look very vintagey white, but I kind of don't mind it. It looks cute. I think that the stems might be a little bit dark. I love having the vintage though together. Like I like having a whole spread of muted vintagey vibes. I keep meaning to do a video on muddy colors and why you shouldn't be afraid of them, because look how beautiful muted tones can be. I feel like I want to add just, this is the point where I mess up, isn't it? Where I want to add just a little bit of something. Let me see what happens. I feel like it just needs one more level of depth. So I'm going to add just this tiny bit darker in very, very faint marks on the petals. I'm hovering my brush above the paper, and I'm actually going over it several times until I'm actually touching down on the paper, because I'm wanting it to just barely touch the surface. And remembering to keep your brush strokes along that shape of your petal, so you're giving it that dimension. Okay, I think that helped make them stand out, so I like that. Just not overdoing it too much. There we go. I think that's the perfect amount. Okay, so here's today's watercolor blooms. I'm not sure what kind of flower this technically is. It's daisy-esque, but a little bit more plump. It's cute and it's mint, so of course I like it. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Watercolor Blooms. Let me know what you want to see next week. What flower should I do next time? That's it for this one. If you did enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you want to see our future videos, hit that subscribe button down below, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye. 4, 4, 25. That's super cute. I like that one a lot, actually. 2 cute little flowers. Let's go ahead. We're gonna